Hello and welcome to the Council of Titos, the only show on the Laro-Laro channel where Titos talk about the reality TV show and social experiment that has been running for over 25 years, Survivor. My name is Chief Bisdak Joel Parcon, and with me, as always, is Juxtapotito Jao Atienza. Hey Jao, what's up?
Hey, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, Jao. Yeah.
Yeah.
A rebirth. Yeah. A much better story than the episode title of the episode that we're
Okay,
covering.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. We're
We're
going
coming
down.
out.
We're coming out strong, huh? We're going out
Yeah,
hot. We're coming in hot.
exactly. Yeah, of course, yes, dear viewers, we are here to talk about Survivor Season 50, Episode 6, entitled Blood Moon. But before we begin, please hit the like and subscribe button if you want to stay updated with our weekly excuse to catch up. And so, without further ado, let's begin. Blood Moon. First things first, without saying our what it could have been, was it worth the title?
It wasn't even a twist.
Yeah, precisely.
They
Well,
started
there
calling
is.
it the
It
the
was.
Blood Moon twist. What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
There was a quarter rotation. It wasn't an actual twist, right? They just added one more elimination to what they've been doing in previous seasons, right?
Yeah, and they merged them only to unmerge. Just call it a swap.
Exactly.
Or just call it a swap. We've been asking for this for the past like 5 seasons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
It,
then do the
it's
merge afterwards.
Yeah, it feels
Um,
tremendously disingenuous. I don't know, like Blood Moon twist. It wasn't even a twist. It, it's part of the lunar cycle. Come on, but we're gonna start calling it like the high tide twist. Oh, Mm.
but yeah, I mean, Blood Moon. It is. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I it sucked as a twist. And it seems like a disservice to the fact that if it really was a result of the votation of fans to come up with a twist, right? It seems a disservice to them asking for that twist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't asked specifically. Apparently, the only person that was specifically asked was Billie Eilish, and she hasn't done anything. And now two of those idols are pretty are like just
Yeah, the novel thing about it is gone, right?
yeah. And now it comes with all of the downside of only being able to play it on yourself.
Exactly, exactly, and it's so much harder because everyone knows that Ozzy has an idol. Everyone knows that Aubrey has an idol. Does everyone know that Rizzo has an idol?
If they don't, he's probably going to tell them at some point. But the thing that mm, mm, Genevieve is gone,
Exactly.
and she I don't. Genevieve is, and this is one of those things that's been like part of the Survivor like discourse for the past, I don't know, like week, right? For the past week.
Mm.
Genevieve is probably like the unluckiest Survivor player ever,
Mm.
or at least in the new era, right?
Yeah.
Like no matter what she does, she just ends up in a really bad spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
I mean,
God.
she does get good luck every now and then, but on the whole, the bad or the unlucky seems to outweigh the lucky,
Yeah. And
on
it's
average.
yeah. It's so bad because she's actually a very good player.
Yeah, yeah, and the only one, um, what do you call it? And during her exit press, she has said that she doesn't really want to go back to playing Survivor,
Mm.
except if. And Jeff, I know you're listening to this, so unless it's a blood versus water season and she gets to bring her husband along. Jeff, make that
Oh,
happen. We want to
make
see
that happen.
Genevieve.
Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, she needs no, no. She doesn't need redemption. Survivor needs redemption for her.
Yeah, basically.
They've been doing her really bad. You know,
Yeah.
Survivor gods have been doing her really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shot in the dark didn't hit. It should have hit.
It it oh here's the thing. Here was a scenario that I think that she should have done, the pitch that she should have made. I don't know if I shared this in our chat, but she should have pitched to Christian because she didn't know that she didn't talk to Devons, right? She only talked with Christian, or at least that's
Mm,
what we were shown. She should have pitched to Christian to to get Aubrey into a state where she doesn't want to play her idol,
mm,
but they're still gonna vote for her, right?
yeah.
Uh, I mean, just so that whether or not she knows that the idol reverts back to Christian or Devons or whoever, but she knows that Devons gave the idol to 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 Aubrey, right?
Hmm.
And Devons is basically Christian's number one.
Yeah.
So her pitch should be bring it back to your duo by getting her confident that she doesn't need to play her idol and then voting her out.
Yeah.
Whether or not her shot in the dark hits, they get to vote her out. They get the idol back.
Mm,
That should have been her pitch to Christian, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Genevieve. It feels like a wet blanket or whatever the figure of speech is, right? Like there was so much build up for this whole like Genevieve Aubrey like thing going on,
Hmm.
and we were left with nothing basically.
Yeah. I mean,
It was a huge nothing burger.
there wasn't a build up. Well, yeah, within the episode, you didn't see like any real tension being built. We did get that uh, pre-show montage of reminding us of their beef, sort of, but
Mm,
nothing really. I mean, there wasn't any big moves being made. No conspiring that was happening. It was just
yeah.
basically Genevieve was so unlucky to be in that group of five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, the what happened in the last episode was a little bit bigger, right? With the whole
mm,
Charlie and Rizzo thing, right?
yeah.
But yeah, people are
Mm,
saying that it's less a move by Rizzo and more a move of D and Camilla, really, right? So yeah.
yeah. And then there's Camilla. Camilla's also gone. I feel like
Mm,
we haven't had very much from her either.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Um,
And well, apparently, it's because of a supposed Zoom alliance.
mm,
Yeah, the Zoom alliance of Chrissy, Stephanie, Colby, Coach, I think Joe, and Jonathan.
yeah.
So apparently that was a pre-game alliance.
You know, something that I feel like survivors should do, at least for returning player seasons, this season in particular,
Mm.
is allow us to know in canon, like on the show, who the pre-game alliances are. Because they
Mm.
obviously played a role, right?
Yeah.
So there's a missing piece to the story that they can't just kind of explain. Like I'm pretty sure that Christian and Rick, I'm pretty sure that that was pregame.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, um, perhaps
And well,
Emily
yeah,
and
they even say that
Christian.
yeah, Emily is part of that. Yeah. Oh yeah, you said that right because they're both on rap.
Yeah, so like I'm pretty sure that was the pregame thing, but you know, Survivor uh seems to adhere to the Boston Rob philosophy of like what's on the island is on the island,
Mm.
and pregame stuff doesn't happen, right? Like um with the story was on Island of the Idols with Sandra, right?
Mm.
Like Sandra kind of felt betrayed because um Boston Rob wouldn't tell her anything about whether or not he was coming back for Winners at War and all
Mm.
of that, right? And then all of a sudden he shows up on Winners at War and Sandra's like, dude. And that
It's not
seems to
like they were
be.
playing. It's not like they were playing, right? They were the island. They were in the
Oh no,
island
but
of
then
death.
they were on Winners at War.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it
yeah,
was during
but
Island of the Idols that
yeah,
Sandra was trying to pregame.
yeah,
And
exactly. I
Boston Rob
mean,
was having none of
okay,
it.
all right. I
They
get
were
it. I
trying to
get it.
pregame for 40.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, now I get it. Yeah.
So, that seems to be like two kind of competing philosophies when it comes to returning player
Mm.
seasons. Like, is everything just on the island, or are we going to have like pregame stuff?
Yeah.
Boston Rob, as shown with Amber and like Save or whatever, the Poker Alliance or whatever it is, meant
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to him because what's on the island is on the island. So you have like two competing philosophies, and it seems like the show itself kind of leans towards the whole Boston Rob thing, or the whole Boston Rob idea of what is on the show is all there is in canon,
Hmm. But
which
it sort of puts the show in a bad light because I'm let's face it, a lot of the people who watch Survivor nowadays are super fans, fans and super fans. So they're bound to find out about everything else outside of the show.
yeah.
And it when they find out about these pregame alliances, they even I've even seen reels of, I don't know, fans watching episodes at the same time along with current castaways in that season. Like, I mean, this one,
Mm.
I think that they had like a conference type or something where I saw that Camilla was there, Christian Hubicki was there, Ozzy was there, Rizzo was there. They have these current players along with the fans in a sort of conference talking about the season. So it's bound to come out. All of the issues, the issue about the women being under edited, the issue of pre-game alliances, uh, the whole thing. Yeah, all of these things they come out. I think it would be better, like what you said. Like, it would be better for the show to embrace that the fact that this is happening and let's make it part of the show,
Yeah,
right?
even if it's just in a confessional lang, diba? Like,
Yeah,
they say like, yeah, before the game we had we had an alliance,
yeah.
you know. So,
Like, and then it might even come out to a better storyline because are they really gonna adhere to their pregame alliance, or is it gonna come out different, right?
yeah, it's and in a way, it's they should have done that for this season because it sort of mirrors season 1 where the question was, should we have alliances,
Mm, mm,
right? And like now on season 50, like season 1 was talking about the ethics or the morality or whatever of alliances, and now for season 50, as a little bit of a throwback to that, we talk about the ethics of having pregame
pregame
alliances.
alliances, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess that it goes back also to the one of the like the core philosophies of Survivor, where the show is supposed to be gathering all these people who from different backgrounds who supposedly don't know each other, putting them on an island and seeing what happens. The show, the social experiment part of the show,
Yeah.
which was a core philosophy all from way back when.
I mean,
Right.
it still is. We still see a lot of that. But
Hmm.
then, the thing with the social sciences is, um if we're looking at it as a social experiment, you kind of do have to take into consideration all of the different what do you call them? All of the different variables, right? If you ignore variables, you're not doing good social science,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
That isn't a very good social experiment. The social experiment of returning players, because that's essentially what it is, right? I mean, apart from like the cool Avengers moment where it's like, oh my God, the Hulk is talking to Iron Man, whatever. I mean, talking, quote unquote, to Iron Man,
Grunting at Iron
yeah,
Man.
grunting. Um, so like all of
So wait,
that.
so in this season, who's Hulk is probably Jonathan. Who's Iron Man? It's Captain America's Colby. Who's
Yeah, Kobe
Iron
is
Man?
obviously Captain America. No, none of them. See, I know it's Thor.
Oh
Jonathan
yeah, yeah,
has
yeah,
has
yeah.
been
He
has been
looks
called
more like
Thor.
so it's Joe who's Hulk. Is it Joe who's
Yeah, I
Hulk?
suppose I suppose Joe could be our Hulk. Our Iron Man is Christian, or
Oh
maybe
yeah.
or maybe Christian is like Bruce Banner,
And then it turns to Joe.
and he turns to Joe.
Well, he was like part of that. Was it him or was it Cochran? Who was part of that Slam Town group? No, it was Cochran, I think.
Hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Anyway, you were
then
saying something
and
aside
and then
from
Su-
that.
and Suri is Black Widow because she
There
was
you go.
like in the Black Widow
In the Black
Brigade.
Widow Brigade. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Um,
This smells like a short.
yeah, and I guess Ozzy gets to be Hawkeye. Fine.
Okay. Yeah. 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 So does that mean that Rizzo is Spider Man? We've had two Spider Man lookalikes already, but
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I mean, obviously Charlie is Spider Man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He's Andrew
And he's
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. so is Rizzo like who is he? Because we've already had a Tom Holland, right?
No,
Was
wait,
that other kid?
we're settling with like Rizzo as a Spider Man.
I don't know. He's a young guy who everyone wants to like put an arm around the shoulder and then carry under their wing, take under their wing. Something.
If I'm allowed to go into DC, I know exactly who Rizzo is, and this
Plastic
is a
Man.
bit of a deep cut. He's Ambush Bug.
I don't know who that is. My God. I have to look that up. Who is Ambush Bug? I thought he was gonna be Plastic Man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Plastic Man works as well. But yeah, Rizzo is to me he's Ambush Bug. He's one of those like Deadpool esque sort of characters that's been
Okay.
around for quite some time. Um, yeah, I think of him as like a cooler Batmite.
Well, it could be Batmite. Anyway. Anyway, you were saying something. Yeah. So yeah, the whole this whole thing about the show
Yeah,
embracing
so
the
yeah,
pre-game alliance and stuff.
of course, like the novelty of the Avengers assemble moment is
Mm,
kind of what this season is, and returning player seasons are kind of geared towards. But then at the
mm,
same time, like you were saying, it's at its heart a social experiment, and the social experiment sort of question for a season like this would be what would happen if you had 24 returning players go on an island, blah 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 blah, and part of that is knowing how they know each other,
mm. Yeah.
because the fundamental question is still the same. They're from different walks of life, etc., etc. But the one thing that connects them is their time on Survivor, which necessarily means they have some sort of relationship with each other, if
Mm,
not directly, vicariously through the show Survivor. And that plays into their behavior, sort of on and off the island, which ought to be taken into account, especially if they say it's a social experiment.
yeah.
So that's my argument for, at least with returning seasons, kind of including the pregame stuff, or at least allowing them to talk about the pregame stuff in confessionals. Like, just, imagine saying, like, yeah, there's a Zoom alliance. I have to find out how to break that, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have to. The show, the show needs to find a way to get ahead of this thing. I mean, they're already behind it because it's already come out in all these forums and even the casting. I am so surprised. Maybe it's also because I never really checked the socials of the castaways during the seasons, but I'm so surprised at the amount of content that the current castaways come out with while the show is still running,
Yeah, they couldn't do that before, no?
right?
And then it all changed with the season of Sina Venus, Sina
Yeah,
Tevin. Yeah, like they,
yeah.
they were all very noisy on social media.
Yeah. And then right now, I mean, I don't know because back then it was like I would only see it on X or Twitter, right?
Mm.
There'd be a back and forth on Twitter, and then you've got the Gabby Pascuzzi who would be doing a live tweeting about the show, but then she was in a castaway. But then Venus would respond every so often to whatever she was tweeting
Yeah.
and all of that. But now they're actually coming out with content, videos, shorts, reels, and now they're going out and meeting up with fans while the show is still happening, while their
Yeah.
season is still happening. It's become such a big thing. It's becoming the ecosystem is becoming even bigger, and CBS needs to capitalize, not necessarily monetarily, but yes, there is an opportunity for them to monetarily capitalize on it.
Hmm.
The fact that it is growing bigger, the ecosystem is growing even bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though Billie Eilish hasn't said anything.
But she's getting a whole lot of mileage out of that favor that she did.
Because the Billie Eilish boomerang idol was
Is a failure.
it led to the downfall of Genevieve in a way.
Mhm.
Um, Now when I say Billie Eilish boomerang idol, there's a little bit of bad taste in my mouth. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I don't know. Yeah, it really has not lived up to what it was meant to do.
Yeah.
Right? There isn't a target on Aussie's back. That was the intent of Genevieve, right?
Yeah.
Give it to Aussie so that he'll have a target on his back. Give it to Rizzo so that they'll connect. Well, they did connect, but it she got voted out anyway. Right? And then even well, no, sorry. Hibiki wanted to give it to Obi so that he can connect with her, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
really like I'll do this so that I can tell people that you have an idol and get voted out.
Yeah.
It's been a dud. It's been a dud. That
Yeah.
twist has been a dud, just like the Blood Moon twist.
Oy.
Huge dud.
That wasn't a twist. That wasn't a twist, and that's a really dumb name for it.
Yeah.
It sounded
Which
cool. It's one of the it feels like one of those things where it's like, oh, Blood Moon, yeah, that sounds really cool.
I wanted to. I
Let's
mean,
come
yeah.
up with
They
something.
wasn't there a recent Blood Moon?
Yeah, yeah, there was.
Did it happen while they were on the island?
So I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. No, blood moons aren't particularly rare. Like they I mean they're uncommon, but they aren't like super rare, right?
Aren't they?
I mean it isn't like Halley's Comet rare,
Oh
you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, I get the whole thing why like Jeff was going for the fact that it's seen as a bad omen, right?
Oh yeah.
That something bad is supposed to happen. I mean, here in the Philippines, this one I did some research. It's tied to that whole legend of Bakunawa, right?
Mm.
Where supposedly the Visayan, it's the Visayan folktale of Bakunawa, the sea serpent that swallowed six out of the seven moons, and
Mm.
every time that it swallowed one of the moons, it but sorry, when it swallowed the sixth moon, it left the last moon red for some reason.
Hmm.
So it's tied to that. But I don't know how, because it keeps on happening. So the other
Yeah.
moons keep popping up, and then Bakunao comes out again. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
a sea serpent shows up every 2 to 3 years.
yeah, right. I mean, it's. But yeah, Blood Moon was really I get the idea that they were probably thinking, okay, what in ancient civilizations, what was a bad omen? That's probably the research that went into it. Right? Blood
Okay.
Moon.
Blood
Right?
moon. Uh,
Yeah, and again, it wasn't that different from previous seasons. They only added one more person getting voted out.
yeah.
Uh, it if it had been we've been discussing it in the group chat, right? If it had been a free for all, a chaotic free for all, where they'd have to vote out three. You said that it was going to be the top three vote getters,
Yeah.
right?
That would have
And
been
there,
better.
that would have been better,
That
right?
would
I
have been
even
so much
saw
better.
someone. I don't know where it was. I saw someone. I think it was in shout out to the official Philippine Survivors fan group. Someone pointed out that it could have been they have tribal vote out
Hmm.
one with all 17 players. Vote out one person. Now you can still have like three people with immunity, right? If they wanted to do that,
Yeah.
that would have been the twist. They still group you into three, but you're not actually going to vote just among those three groups. You're going to vote as an entire thing,
Yeah.
as an entire
Uh,
merged tribe, right? So you vote for the first person, they get voted out. Then, as they start to stand to get to their torches, wait, we have to do another vote. And so they vote again. And then when they stand again, one more vote, guys.
yeah.
Right? So that creates so much chaos and it makes it so epic, so memorable compared to this one, which is just similar to what they did in previous seasons.
Yeah. I'm still so caught up on the name though. I have a theory. I have
Hmm.
a theory, and I hope that this is what they were thinking for their sake. You're familiar with Chris Angel, right? The
Yeah,
magician.
yeah,
And you're familiar with the show Mind Freak, right?
yeah.
The reason it's called Mind Freak is because no TV station would allow somebody to call the show Mind Fuck,
Okay, yeah.
right? Same thing again. Penn and Teller's Fool Us.
Hmm.
The trophy comes down and it says "F you,"
Okay, okay.
right? I'm hoping that the initial pitch was to call this the Bloodbath twist,
Oh,
but
that would have been a nice.
CBS wouldn't allow them to call it Bloodbath
Mm-hmm.
because of violence or whatever.
Mm.
And so they were like, okay, fine. What are we gonna call it? Blood Moon. That's what I'm hoping. That's my headcanon now.
Okay, yeah.
That's my headcanon.
That,
It's
that
no
that actually
longer
makes
the.
sense. Yeah, that
It's
makes
not the
sense.
Blood Moon twist. It's the Bloodbath
Bloodbath
twist.
twist. Yeah. If they had stayed with Blood Moon, how would it how would they have made it work better? Because if we're thinking about like blood moon as an omen, it doesn't necessarily mean that the bad thing's gonna happen right then and there.
Yeah,
Right? The blood omen twist can be like, okay, there's like something that's planted all over the camp, the wherever. And then it's a
yeah,
bad omen. But you don't know when it's going to happen, but it's just that something's gonna happen. Right?
yeah,
It doesn't even have to be at tribal. It can be it can be during a challenge. So
yeah.
something has to happen and it triggers the blood omen twist.
And somebody just gets like a disadvantage or something.
Yeah.
Like
Right?
like one player can, as the Blood Moon twist is one player can like curse another player,
Mm, that could be
Danhausen
it.
style, right?
Right? That can
And
be it.
yeah, like that would be cool. The blood moon twist is, somebody say like you are cursed, and then like at some point something like bad happens to that player. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, the
But yeah,
only.
this
I
should have
mean,
been called the bloodbath twist. Just
bloodbath twist. Yeah,
that. Just
that would
saying.
have made it better. A whole lot better. A whole lot
Yeah.
better. Right.
Oh no, it wouldn't have made it that much better. Just made it a little bit more palatable.
Yeah. I mean, it would have. It would have made more sense with what they did. The fact that they eliminated three people. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
given the fact that it wasn't really a twist.
Yeah.
They just call it the bloodbath. Yeah, this is the bloodbath episode or whatever. Or maybe
Yeah.
they were just looking for an excuse to spruce up their set, make it look red, right? The tribal set, which didn't really even, I don't know. Maybe in person it looked really cool, but on TV it looked really meh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Anyway, that's our dose of copium for the week, ladies and gentlemen.
That was yeah. Anyway,
And the final tribal, Colby. Oh,
my God, someone was chopping up onions while I was watching that scene.
yeah.
That was such
Um,
a
yeah. For me,
mm,
I felt like, yeah, the waterworks didn't start. I felt something, sure, but the rest of the episode kind of tainted it for me.
mm,
You know, it was like with the bloodbath twist, there was no way that they were going to make that. There was no way they were going to be able to structure an entire episode that leads up to such a heartbreaking moment like that. So yeah, I felt like the rest of the episode was tainted for me because, well, we lose Camilla, we lose Genevieve.
mhm.
I'm um I'm not crying. I'm like, and I'm kind of
You're
feeling a little
disappointed.
bit
Yeah.
angry,
Uh-huh.
disappointed. And then with that last one, it's like, no, no, don't try to manipulate me, show.
Yeah. Well, I was, and I think that this is also a discussion on online, right? I was chatting right before we started recording. I was chatting up with a friend who's also a Survivor fan. Shout out Noy Africa. Uh, and he did point out that was it the right move for D to vote out Colby? They
Hmm.
are entering the phase of individual immunity. So it's one tribe.
Yeah.
It's one whole tribe of now 14. Uh, was it the right move? Knowing, especially now, knowing that Colby had a stress fracture on his toe, right? And he also had an infection on
Hmm.
his toe. He would
Well,
have been evacuated later on.
yeah.
Right?
Well,
For
yeah.
me, it was a waste of a vote.
Yeah. Well, at least, well, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Colby did tell everybody like just vote for me.
Yeah,
Like let me go out with dignity.
that probably would have made the episode a little bit more palatable after the bloodbath. And then you have the final cursed death being someone who
Hmm.
sacrificed himself, right?
Yeah. But then the thing is, Survivor doesn't like it when people say vote for me.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Diba? They don't like quitters and people that say just vote me out because of XYZ. Like those are quitters in their book as well.
Hmm.
And one, they don't want that to happen with, at all. Two, they don't want that to happen, especially with Colby.
You have told me.
And three, like he has to go out so much better than he did the last time. And the
Mm-hmm.
quit just ain't it, Chief.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of see, I can kind of understand if Colby went around just saying like, "Please vote me out," um, and then they just sort of cut around it to make it look like it was a little bit more than it actually was, because yeah, they were saying that in like a day or something he would have been medevaced.
Yeah,
So you know,
yeah, he would have been medevac. And did you notice how? And I'm sure that Jeff had that idea already. Knew Jeff already knew. I think that Colby was on his way out because he focused on Colby and Siri. He only mentioned Coach in passing. He didn't really focus on Coach. He was talking more about Colby and Siri being icons of Survivor.
yeah,
So he was giving them their flowers.
yeah.
Yeah, and Coach was just there. God, Coach. Another BS quote from Coach. Yeah, which one? I had that note. Where was that note? Because I immediately went to Google for it. Did I
Mm.
delete it? Did I delete that? Oh my gosh, I deleted it, I think.
Oh well.
That note, the samurai quote. Oh gosh. Oh, there you go. We make war tonight with a pure and clean heart.
Yeah.
Gosh, that is not an ancient samurai proverb. This guy is just pulling BS out of his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But yeah, the third tribal was the best tribal out of the three, of course,
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
got that whole giving Colby his flowers, and yeah, he did mention that this was going to be his last time playing.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I caught one of his a bit of his exit press saying that to go out on this way for the last time was the best way, but something like that.
Yeah. And Jeff acknowledged it, right? Like he uh he said for the last time or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
last time, Donaldson
Mm.
calls him Donaldson. So he likes
Donaldson.
Donaldson, Hibiki, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Colby. I actually became a fan of Survivor because of the season that he was in, Survivor 2,
Yeah.
Outback. That was the
Yeah.
first season that I ever watched.
Yeah. Me too. Me too. Like Colby.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. We know that you listen to us. We know that you watch the pod. Thank you, Captain America.
Yeah.
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 So, any other any other thoughts before we go to the man with the thoughts?
Uh he's gonna talk about like abs and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Martin's thoughts.
Hello, and here are Martin's thoughts for this week. Man, I got it wrong last episode because I thought there was gonna be just one guy like getting voted out, but apparently there's like what, three people. Holy smokes, the math is mathing, so I understand why they had to take out a lot of people this app because they had a 24 survivor roster and stuff. It can't be helped, but man, that ending broke my heart. But I like Colby's exit, him telling people to find your joy. And this Colby, this version of Colby in the game, is someone I kind of like. After seeing a guy who was so checked out the most of Heroes versus Villains, the guy who got owned by Coach at the start, the guy who immediately got flussed out, not even before, not even during the merge of Survivor All Stars. This has been the happiest, the most jolliest Colby I have seen since Survivor 2. And I'm not the only guy who's been saying that. Even her former castmates like Parvati in a recent RHAP episode mentioned that. Colby was very much not having fun during Heroes versus Villains, etc., etc. So yeah, It sucks that he had to go because it's the most logical vote out. He's injured. Like, it's either you vote him out now or he'd get medevac if he can't hold on to another challenge. And if it just gets worse, you know? So at the behest of everyone, he just had to be voted out. So that sucks. Other things I kind of liked in the episode was Rick Devens quoting the late great Keith Nail about Survivor not being a cruise. So, good job, Devens. And apparently, there was more than a six pack here in this cast. Because 6 packs of Mike White versus 8 packs of Jonathan Young. Holy smokes! This is an abs off. I can't even decide which one's better. No, mathematically speaking, maybe Jonathan's, but I gotta give respect to Mike White at that age. 6 pack, come on, guys. Other things I liked about Devins in this episode was this one line about him trying to be cool as a cucumber, but he's a spicy pickle and he's tingling everywhere. Oh my god, that doesn't sound right. Sorry, guys. Okay, my survivor of the week, I gotta give it to Devins because of his quotable quotes. Now, that's just me. I don't know about you guys. The second, I think for me, for runner up would be D. When she said, he'd have them sit, shake, roll over for me because you're going to be my little puppies tonight. That was a cool line, guys. And another thing I want to talk about, thank you, Joel, for pointing this out. Tiffany's favorite video game might be Zelda Breath of the Wild. Apparently, there's this game mechanics about the game going Blood Moon, and the enemies just turn and kill you off. That's pretty sick. Oh, thank God I didn't play that game. That sounds pretty dark and scary. Okay. My predictions for next week. Hopefully, it's just one person getting voted out. And hopefully there's more Applebee's. Dear God, this episode made me crave for Applebee's. And I forgot we don't have Applebee's. Philippines, please bring some Applebee's here. On behalf of Martin's Thoughts, that's me, Martin. See you guys. Bye.
All right. So yeah, just like me, Colby's exit broke Martin's heart. But he did point out that supposedly this was the happiest that Kobe ever was in playing after that second season. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Jonathan's 8 pack as compared to Mike White does have the argument there. At his age, he has a 6 pack. You kind of expect it from Jonathan Young, an 8 pack, but Mike White. I mean, I have like a 1 pack.
Some
So,
people
yeah.
have abs.
Yeah,
Us Titos have flabs.
we have flabs.
Or what was
Right.
the other one that people keep saying? It's abs in the singular.
Yeah, we have an ab. Oh, it's a 1 pack. We have a 1 pack. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have 6 packs anymore because I hardly drink beer, so yeah, that kind of 6 pack isn't in my periphery as often as it used to be. Right. And what do you think about his prediction? His prediction is next week it's gonna be just one elimination.
I don't think so. the math doesn't seem to be mathing if
Mhm.
it is, you know.
Again,
So
14 castaways left, and we've got how many episodes left? We've got 7. Well, we're on episode 7 next. 7 to, let's say, 13, right? So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7 more episodes. You need to eliminate at least 11 of them,
mm,
right? Almost 2 an episode. And
yeah,
they've
more or
got
less.
they're like, sorry, they're on day 13, day 14, something like that. So they're
Let
past
me.
halfway.
Yeah, they are in. Wait, let me pull up the wiki, the Survivor wiki. Day 12 and 13. Yeah,
This coming episode or that previous
that
episode was
the
day,
previous episode. The previous
right? So they're
episode.
on day 14. They've
Day
got
14.
13 days left on the island.
Hmm.
So yeah, it it has to be at the very least. We're gonna see two eliminations, and because in a span of 13 days, they're gonna need to eliminate 11 people, right?
Yeah, and it's usually like 2 days per episode, right? Well,
Yeah.
that's what we like 2 to 3 days per episode is kind of what we realized.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So they're gonna need to ramp it up.
Mm.
So
Yep.
maybe that's gonna be the next twist. The bloodbath twist might be what actually happened. Now we're eliminating four of you.
Whoa.
We're not gonna go to tribal. We're gonna divide you into groups, and then the last team that doesn't that to finish is gonna get eliminated right there and then.
Okay. The bloodbath twist.
And Martin is hoping for more Applebee's.
Yes. I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. I still haven't had Applebee's. We talked about this in in the episode where we talked about Liz way before. I've never had Applebee's. And yeah, Martin, I will join you in your call for the Philippines to bring Applebee's, for someone to bring Applebee's to the Philippines.
Yeah. Bring it back. We used to have an Applebee's like in Makati or
Oh, was it?
something. Back in the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, bring it back.
If I'm correct.
Wasn't it just Carl's Jr.?
I don't know. Hmm. Carl's Jr. has been around for. I- Are there no more Carl's Juniors?
I remember that they came back. Someone I think
Hmm.
brought it back. I don't know if it's still there. Oh, so there is an app. Wait. Oh wait. Its first branch was in BGO. They closed down in 2019. Okay, 2015 to 2019.
Yeah. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Apparently, it's the same group that is the same group behind the local franchises of IHOP and PF Chang's. I don't know if IHOP is still a thing nowadays here in the Philippines. It used to be like such a big thing, but apparently now, I don't know. I don't know if I've even ever been to an IHOP here in the Philippines. PF Chang's, I've been there. I mean,
It's just okay, no?
yeah, Chinese food.
You know.
It's because we've had Chinese food for the longest time, and especially in Cebu, we have dim sum,
Yes.
right?
Oh, we had Chinese food for lunch, or rather dinner. We
Oh,
had Chinese food for dinner.
oh my gosh, yeah, I miss dim sum.
Hmm.
Yeah, please, Harbor, please come back to Manila.
Yes. Applebee's.
Applebee's, come back to the Philippines. Come back
I
to the
was
Philippines so I can try it. Yeah.
I was low key hoping that like Liz would show up.
She'd be the one. She'd be the one handing out the burgers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All
Uh,
right.
let's go ahead to whose line is it actually? So for this first time, it was Jeff.
It was Jeff. It was Jeff.
It was Jeff. It was Jeff. I guess we get a
This was
pass with that. It
yeah,
wasn't
this
it
is
wasn't Castaway.
forcing. Yeah, that was the thing that I really think he's just forcing this now, like anyway, yeah, it was Jeff.
Anyway, it was
Alright.
Jeff. Yeah. Next
But
episode.
Hibiki did say it. He was one of the
Yeah.
many people
Yeah.
that said it. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Next episode. That's not how I play Survivor. Who do you think is gonna say that? Oh yeah,
Christian
you're gonna
Hibiki.
say Hibiki. All right. Yeah.
And that actually does sound like something that he would say. So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Me, I'm going more with what transpired in the second tribal. Was that the second tribal? The one that Camilla? Oh no, the first tribal. right?
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan siding with Zoom Alliance, and I'm guessing. I mean, Tiffany was there, who has an alliance with D, and then we did see in the next time on that D like got in Jonathan's face, however close she could get to Jonathan's face because she's so but she made it feel. I mean, that's D. I mean, she makes the audience feel like her presence is so huge, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so my guess is that it's gonna be Tiffany about Jonathan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not how I play Survivor. I don't. And she's probably Tiffany might be one of the cut from the same cloth as Boss and Rob, right? What happens in the island?
Mm-hmm.
It's on the island. So I don't do pregame alliances. Maybe this episode they're gonna address the pregame alliances, right?
Okay. Yeah. We're having a lot more copium this particular Council of Titos episode, ladies and gentlemen.
It just goes to show you our actual sentiments about the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
Anyway, let's move on. What it could have been.
Find the joy.
Find the joy. Oh yeah, there you go. Find the joy. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it could be called Bloodbath.
Yo.
Or
Yeah. I know that that's going to be the title of our episode. Right? Anything but Blood Moon. Yeah. I'll go with, again, it's a long episode title. We make war tonight with a pure and clean heart.
yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. They made
We make
war.
what?
Yeah.
A
Whether or
pure,
not he had
clean
a
heart.
pure and clean heart, we don't really know. Moving on, let's go to survivors of the week. Who is your castaway of the week?
um, Rizzo.
Mm. He got lucky this episode.
Yeah, man. He got bailed out basically, right?
Hmm.
Like he didn't have to do anything. He didn't have to find anything. Like he just
And he was
kind
so
of
nonchalant about trying to look for it in the first place.
yeah yeah. So there, Rizzo,
Rizzo.
castaway of the week.
Yeah. For me, I have here the second placer of Martin because Martin had Devins as his castaway of the week because of all his
Mm-hmm.
quotable quotes. For me, it's D because I do think
Mm.
that she's on top of the alliance that she's in. And we are starting whether or not it's a reaction to the flack that the show has been getting for women being under edited in previous episodes. We're starting to see more and more of D. Unfortunately, Camilla, was also starting to play, was also starting to get shown. Is probably the reason why her game was getting shown more and more because she was getting voted out. Same with Genevieve. They were getting voted out at the end of the episode, so they needed to show their game. But yeah, D.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
her
and
toes coming in clutch again. Huh?
sorry.
Her toe coming in clutch.
Yeah. Although how important would her big toe have been for that challenge though?
Not really
Because
that important. It's
yeah,
just it's funny to think about.
a
Yeah
foot challenge and then her coming out on top.
yeah. Christian Hubicki endurance challenge as well.
Mm,
I just realized that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Only difference is he didn't start talking. Right?
yeah, he probably did.
It's become such a. I mean, Gabler followed suit, right?
Yeah,
A way to concentrate to help him focus and concentrate. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Goat of the week.
Rizzo.
Why so?
He got a little bit of the dodo thing where it's like, whoa, I'm gonna be super chill about it, and then he gets to the shot of like the advantage like right behind him, and if we think about goat in its original survivor sense where um they're being dragged or they're being brought from one end to the other by, was it in season 2 or season 3? It was either in Africa or the Australian outback
It was
where they were like literally carrying goats.
that was
I
probably
think it
in
might have
Africa.
been, yeah, Ethan
Yeah,
Zahn carrying goats
yeah,
from
yeah.
one side of the village to another or whatever as part of the challenge. I miss that sort of challenge. Anyway, yeah, he was brought to the island by Ozzy.
Hmm. Okay, yeah. For me, I also do have Rizzo, but yeah, going back to the original sense of the goat, uh, I have this nagging feeling that he is a real goat. Whichever alliance he's in, whether it's the Siri Aussie alliance or the D Siri, well, no more Camilla, that alliance, I
Mm-hmm.
think that they're bringing him along for him to be that zero vote finalist.
Ooh, let's go, Riz God.
get to get to FTC only to get no votes. But yeah, I have that. It's because they're highlighting him so much, and
Yeah.
although it's in retrospect, right? If you watch the episodes again, you do see that some of the moves, his move against Charlie wasn't really his move, right? It was Dee and Camilla urging him
Yeah.
to do something about it, right?
Yeah, it's
And
true.
we're getting shown more and more of this. Like he will claim that he's got a lot of moves, but no, but it's actually this. It's actually us. It's
Hmm.
actually this. It's actually that, right? Unless he gets like a big move where, like, say for example, he takes out D. That's
Yeah.
gonna be big. That's gonna that and it's his, and it's no one else's. That's gonna be.
Yeah. Although, well, I don't know. Because like as in a returning player okay, I can see that. Because in returning player seasons in the past, um it really wasn't the social game that got them the million, right?
It was more the who played the game the best.
Yeah, it was more the strategic game. Like thinking about it. I'm
I
trying to think
yeah.
back, right?
But then again, what if your social game is your strategy?
Yeah. Because
Just
I'm
like
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say that Rizzo has a really good social game. Like
yeah.
he has managed to ingratiate himself to everybody,
Hmm.
which, is a double-edged sword, but like he seems to be one of the more likable people out there.
Which is so baffling. Which
Yeah.
is I think that's the source of my nagging feeling. Why are people getting drawn to Rizzo? And it goes to my thinking that they probably see someone that they can just bring along.
Okay. For me, I was thinking that like it seems to be a lot of the older people that are drawn to Rizzo, and I feel like that's a sort of maternal or paternal instinct kicking in.
Oh. Mm.
Because he doesn't have, even though he and Colby were the same age, right? Playing Survivor,
Hmm.
Colby for the first time. Um like Rizzo doesn't come across as being as mature and well put together as Colby did, which sort of triggers the need to care for somebody because this
Hmm.
kid is like, he's pretty immature, etc. Like there's a certain charm to the boyishness.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think that that's triggering something like Insuri for sure.
Yeah. And
You
Lola.
know, yeah, this is like my rowdy grandson, yeah, my rowdy grandson. You know, and like I'm sure that Kobe felt some the same way about him, like
Hmm.
the sort of paternal instinct kicking in, right? I feel like that's what it is because he's the youngest person out there, right?
Yeah, I would assume he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and he seems to be like, what's it? He seems to be like playing that up.
Mm.
I don't know. I say that Rizzo has a really good social game, and in previous seasons, the new player seasons, the social game takes you quite far, which
Hmm.
we've seen with Rizzo. It took him quite far.
Yeah.
Um, so what we're saying is that in a returning player season, The social game is not something that's going to win him the game.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, only because it's Rizzo. I'm sorry, but I really, really find it hard to root for him.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hmm. But then, you know, like Siri has a great social game, but I'm gonna say that if she makes it all the way to the end, it isn't her social game that's gonna get her the million. It's the fact that she's Siri that's gonna get her the million.
You can't attribute it to like her social game again outside of season 50, right? The
Yeah.
fact that she's formed a lot of these great friendships from that whole cast of 50 seasons of Castaways, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure that they love her outside of the game.
Hmm.
That's why she gets so far inside of the game in a returning season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, last thing on the deck, purple of the week. What's your purple of the week?
Uh, uh the quality of the episode.
First time that it went down through the season.
Yeah. Like this season was otherwise amazing.
Hmm.
Um, but quoting Mr. T, to have a comeback, you have to have a setback.
There you go. All right. Yeah, I can agree with that. My purple of the week though is the bottom of Jonathan's stomach. My God, how much did he eat in that Applebee's reward challenge? Reward. He even
Yeah.
clinked like two. What do you call those? Shark bowls
Yeah,
together.
whatever
Yeah.
those like. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
And he was the happiest when Stephanie won.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's my team. Oh, that's another what it could have been.
Yeah, that's my
That's
team.
my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
Any other final thoughts about this episode? It could have it was okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the words of Pedro Pascal's character in Wonder Woman 1984, Maxwell Lord, it's okay, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this gonna be a thing now? Like because of Coach? Like we're gonna put in a quote in like every episode?
It could be.
All right.
All right. So
All
yeah,
right. In which case, in which case, this is my final thought, right?
there you go.
Um, Camilla, uh, Camilla, Genevieve, and Kobe are no longer in the game. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little bit of grief, but grief is the price we pay for love.
There you go. That is a perfect way to end this episode. And again, please do hit the like and subscribe button if you want to hear more from us, Titos, and our quotes and our sidetrack conversations in the coming weeks. Once again, this has been Joel.
Yeah, could have been a better episode. Those are my
Stay,
last words for the episode.
there you go. Stay safe, everyone. The Titos have spoken.